High time frame review. Quarterly candle is closing in like 30 minutes here, and we have quarter two. A lot of you don't know, but I just kind of want to highlight the fact that the daily candle opens at 8 p.m. If you didn't know that, so currently it's Tuesday, right? And April doesn't really open, or I guess till midnight is when we have the Wednesday in real life. But on crypto chart, right, the daily candle closes at 8 p.m. EST. So we have the new Wednesday opening in 23 minutes. We also have the new quarter opening in 23 minutes. Now, a few things I want to highlight. What we did with the yearly open, pardon me, what we did with the yearly open was we opened high into our fair value gap or into this key level. Right from there, we sold off for basically the rest of the quarter. Right, as you know, if you've been looking at crypto, I mean, it's been a bloodbath for basically this year. So how are we going to play quarter two? Because there's a lot of money to be made, a lot of volume entering the market, and whether we sell off or whether we buy up, I don't care, but I want to make some money. So first things first is, again, knowing we have the new quarter opening tonight, right? So Q2 is opening now. So going into the rest of this week or next week, right, what we can understand is if we do the open low, right, and we come sweep out this low, we'll then come and expect these lows to get ran. At least a retest of 50K, right? Or, maybe to this low of, 49, yeah, just shy of 50K, right? And then if we do that, right, and we fail to break below this level, well, then I'm going to take longs back up just to the retest of this imbalance, right, or this key level. Now, a lot of people are super bullish right now, which is kind of crazy to me, but I do also understand where they're coming from with the whole talks of all the war news, being, coming to peace agreements and this, that, the third, blah, 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 right? And what happened last year with the quarter two, right? Exactly with the quarter two, right? The year did the open high and then sold off for the whole first quarter, but then last year with the quarter two open, April, look at April, boom, open low, sweeping out previous month low, and then boom, bull run, right? And in this scenario, if we do that open low and we fail after breaking this low, well, then I don't expect us to come to here, right? But if we gap below it, then we can take continuation shorts to there and then look for longs off of that. Now, if instead we get the open high, right, any of my spot position that I have running, I'm going to try and close out of because I understand that we're going to sell off lower this year, right? So from there, if we can get this scam pump back up to the underside of 90K or retesting this key level here, right, or this fair value gap, right, well, then I'm going to close the spot and I'm going to look to take short positions, right, going into, later in the quarter, whether it is the second 23 day or the third 23 day, right? But I want to take those shorts and close out of my spot position, right? But that's really it. Either we open high into this gap, and we can go to the 3 day here and look at the lower time frame. But whether we, look at our accumulation and we open high into this gap, we close out of our positions, we take shorts, take it down again to that key level, or instead, right, again, accumulation, we manipulate down and, maybe we sweep this and fail here and take long there, or we break through that, continue to sell off all the way down to here, right, and then we look for longs later this year, right? But that's kind of it. That's really the only two things that can happen, and one of them is going to happen. So instead of positioning yourself early right now and saying, oh, I'm all in on longs or I'm all in on shorts, just wait. Because if you're in spots, right, you'll get an exit, or, it'll be bloody for a little bit. You'll kind of have to bite the tongue a little bit and, maybe add to your position, bring your average down, and then sell when we get the scam back up, right? But if not, then we take the shorts, we hedge our positions, and we make that extra money back. But that's it, right? Quick 4-minute video going over the higher time frame. And you can do this exact thing, this, exact replica on the higher time frame with Ethereum, with Solana, with everything, right? Solana obviously not looking so strong here. If we look at the higher time frame on Solana, we look pretty fucking cooked, to be honest. We could absolutely fork down and come back down to, $30 really any day now. ETH could definitely come down to, again, 1,400, 1,200 range. But again, with the time shift, if we get the open high, you know, I don't really hold any Ethereum anymore. Really just have some runners on the spot with Solana, sadly. But if we get the open high, you know, close out, take short positions, hold them back down to these lows, or if we get the open low, right, into this key level, we fail to break below it, right, well, then you can take longs back up to that target, right? But we have two clear targets on Bitcoin, on Ethereum, Sol. I mean, you know, those levels would be here, and basically, where's the floor? You know, I don't know. Sol's looking pretty nasty, to be honest with you. But that's kind of it. That's my higher time frame overview on cryptocurrency right now. We'll update you once we get the weekly close this week. Kind of want to see how the weekly candle closes with this new quarter. If we do kind of get that suction and the weekly candle does end up swinging, or if we just get the big bull run, right? The micro push back up to the EMA, to this gap before the sell off. But that's it. Only two things can happen, and we're going to position ourselves in the proper mindset and the proper positioning on the chart so that we can make some money. But that's it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.